Let's talk about the episode. So, we got Nene and her antics. I mean, it was on from the beginning to off to the beginning. I am tired of looking at her keyboard. I am tired of her trying to close the lid on her computer. She would not stop. Y'all need to go ahead and dock her pay. If she don't want to participate, if she don't want nobody to read her down, then she need to get her behind off this show, because it don't make no sense how everybody else can sit there, get read, sit there, take their punishment. She the only one I know on this show that'll sit there, run away, pretend like she don't hear. If she can resort to escaping, she'll take that in a heartbeat and run along and run with it and wouldn't care if you talking, cussing her out or nothing. Like, Nene, you the highest paying housewife on this show. I think Cynthia older than you. No, you older than Cynthia. Whichever way. Nene, you too old to be running away from your problems. At this point, you is too old. You need to man up or woman up and learn when somebody telling you something, when you getting cussed out, sit there and take it. You literally getting paid to sit there, and whatever somebody say out of their mouth, you supposed to sit there and take it and not run away like you always do. And furthermore, you sitting up here saying that everybody else can apologize besides you, and they don't think you sincere. Well, you want to know why they don't think you sincere when you say, oh, I'm sorry, I apologize, my bad. You want to know why everybody don't take you serious, why everybody look at you sideways when you're apologizing. You lie so often and you can't tell the truth, and they came and slapped you across your face. How the hell people want to know when you telling the truth and when you lying, Nene? Your face say one side, one side of your face say one thing, the other side of your face say another one. This say true, this say lie. So how are we supposed to take you serious when it come to you? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't mean it. Accept my apology. Nene, you lie more than you can tell the truth, and you wonder why everybody else don't take you serious when you say, oh, I'm sorry. Nene, maybe you should stop lying for a change, and maybe somebody would make sure, or they won't have to check or question, is you being sincere or not? It's that easy. Just own up, woman up. When you tell somebody you're sorry, make sure you're sincere. Don't just say that just to say, oh, I apologize. Oh, you still man. I already said I'm sorry. Also, you want another apology. So I'm not understanding why you don't know why people don't take you serious when it comes to apologizing. You done prove that season after season after season that you are a big liar. Your apologies don't mean nothing. You lie more than you tell the truth. You can tell a lie, play victim, and sit there and act like you did nothing wrong. And plus, you ain't got a storyline since season 8, season 7, season 9. The last time you had a good storyline. Everybody else is bringing it. Kenya bringing her no good man on the show. Portia bringing her no good man on the show as a storyline. Cynthia, Mike Hill, is it true? Is it fake? Is it a fake boyfriend? Is it a paid boyfriend? Who cares at this point? Eva, we don't care about you and your child. Like, we care, but not enough to let you stay on this show and actually sit there and bore us another whole season. So I really hope you did get the boo. You and Cynthia, Candy, she really ain't got a storyline. Her storyline was playing the bone carrier, the surrogate story, the surrogate thing, and about the baby, where it was basically surrounding the baby that somebody else was carrying for her. But it was a good storyline. Plus, we had our ratings gold as Mama Joy. So Candy really bring it. And Nene, to answer your question on why everybody else not getting a spin-off, besides everybody else not getting a spin-off, y'all boring. What makes you think? Let's start with you for starters, cause it's obvious you don't understand why everybody else not getting the spinoff and Candy getting mostly all the spinoffs. Out of all y'all up there, Candy have gotten the most spinoff. You know why? Cause I'm pretty sure if you ask anybody, they'll tell you the going rate or putting the show on the air. Okay, Candy cutting that price in half because she have her own production team and own production company. So that's half of the price cut right there. Second of all, Nene, what can you bring to a spinoff besides you running away from conflict? You not wanting to argue with nobody. You think you big. You think you this rich celebrity. Like, what can you bring to a spinoff that make us, the viewers, want to sit there and watch you for 7, 8, 9, 10, however episodes you get? What can you bring to the table that we want to sit there and watch? We already know Candy got something to bring to the table. She got Mama George versus Todd. She can bring Mama George versus Todd. She can bring that to the table. We also know Candy can bring in Escape and make another storyline out of that, because the whole Escape thing is coming back after, 10, 20 years later. That was actually entertaining. Even though I didn't review it, I actually enjoyed looking at that. So, what can you bring, Miss High Paying Nene Leeds, that we want to sit there and watch? Cynthia can't bring Mike Hill because we frankly don't care after season 11. We frankly don't care about her or Mike Hill. So Portia can bring Dennis, and she did have a spinoff. She can bring that again, or them getting together, reconciling, trying to get along, trying to get their marriage on track. She can bring Nene. Eva wanted much let us in on her little on Marley. I think that is her child, Marley. She wanted much let us in on that. She only gave us a little bit she only gave us a little bit, the look inside. She ain't let us in. So what else do anybody else? Marlo, she got an interesting life now that she got her nephews. I like to see a spinoff of her, but she already then lost her chance of ever trying to get in a reality show. Somebody with some deep pockets and all her demands literally have to sit there and deal with her and her little antics. So I don't think she worth the reality TV show. Tanya, she a friend to the show. She can be interesting. I don't know if she a whole lot, viewers, but she kind of interesting in my eyes. She is. I don't know if everybody else thinks she boring or whatever. She very interested to me. She can bring Nene along as a friend. Have Cynthia there. She can take us back to Toronto, show us back her live. Better yet, go back to the carnival again, and she can do that. Like, I think Tanya can hold the audience when it comes to doing the spinoff. I think she can hold her own. Kenya, yeah, she can get one. She can get one with her and Mark, the man that don't pay her no attention. She can bring him on, and since she said they was getting back together and they was working on it and they doing great now, she can bring that on, and that'll be an interesting, a spinoff. But other than that, Nene, you're never gonna get a spinoff. The only spinoff you ever got was your wedding special, and I Dream of Nene. What else you had? It was the wedding, I Dream of Nene. Or was the wedding called I Dream? I don't remember, but that's all you gonna get. Like, at least if somebody else get on if anybody else try to, come up with a reality show on this show, I'm pretty sure they don't want the viewers to be to be bored of watching this show, wondering why double hockey sticks. I'm watching this and I'm bored. So yeah, that's why all the girls ain't getting a reality show or a spin-off, because half of them don't deserve it. Just like you don't deserve to be the highest paying housewife on this show, and all you do is talk your mess, do nasty evil things, always lying out your two faces, and always manage to play victim. If you're not playing victim, you're running away. So I don't know why you the highest paying housewife, but I kind of understand. I guess it's cheaper to keep you, so I can understand why they want to keep you around. I hope you're going too, but wishful thinking. The whole Candy and Nene thing arguing. Nene, if you think for 1 second Candy is boring, you got another thing coming. She might have boring scenes sometimes on the Real Housewives, but Candy got, some people that she can bring in and actually bring the drama to keep the viewers there, even though they do be bored for let's say for maybe 10 minutes. She can at least bring Mama Joyce over to shake the table or to come in and throw a shoe or a heel or something. So you calling Candy boring? Candy ain't boring. I'd rather watch Candy and Mama Joyce and Todd go at it rather than to sit there and watch you and go through another cancer story with Greg. Like, Nene, you calling people boring, but I've been bored with you since season 10. I ain't gonna tell no lie. Even though you haven't had a storyline since that long, I think I've been bored with you since, I think 10 took it over the top as the boring scale when it come to you, and you still boring. The only interesting thing you had going on in your life was Greg cancer story, where him going through cancer and you dealing with it and him cussing you out. That was the only interesting thing you had going on. And let's be honest and let's be real here. That was Greg's storyline, not your storyline. You decided to use that to your advantage. Fam, even though you knew this man was cussing you out like a dog behind the scenes, but yet you wanted people to feel sorry for you. So you brought Greg and his cancer story, and you hoping and praying he make it through, even though you know what y'all was going through behind the scenes and behind the camera. So Nene, bring a storyline next time you call somebody else boring, because it's not making any sense why you gonna call her boring, and you been boring since season 9 to me. I don't know about everybody else, but I think season 9 or 10, one of them, you was the most boring. We're not gonna even much talk about Greg and his cancer story season 11, because that wasn't your storyline. You just used that to your advantage to get paid for it. So I'm not giving you a pass for that storyline, because that wasn't your storyline. That was Greg's storyline. You just used it to your advantage. What else happened besides that? Kenya, now me and you done been back and forth over the years, ever since you've been on this show. I don't like you, then I like you, then you win me back over. Now I don't like you, and now I don't know how I feel about you after this season. Like that whole Tanya and to find out you did this in a malicious way to call yourself get back at Tanya, even though Tanya didn't do anything to you at all. You just want to get her back. So I'm kind of mad at you about that situation, that you pre-planned this just in case Tanya ever try you. You got that back card in your back pocket that you can always put on the table and play and to shut her up. Now I'm finna go back to the part where Nene said, "This is your karma. This is your karma. This is your karma back in your behind." I said that wrong. This is your karma for what you did to Tanya. Do I think that, now that I know that you did this intentionally just to get back at that girl, even though Tanya never came for you really, but you came for her, and then you gonna have another, and I don't understand why you would bring nobody on this show give them the spotlight saying that somebody else slept with somebody else's woman and you going through the same thing. That's why I said, Kenya, I'm looking at you different and I'm looking at you sideways. I'm not going to say I don't like you. I just don't like the fact that you pre-planned this. Plan an attack against this woman, knowing that she and then there are ways of being exposed. You went for the ultimate kill when it came to Tanya. Like, how can you do that and hold a straight face, Kenya? I just can't get over it, the fact that you pre-planned this, and then Cynthia then told on you. So, the reason you had a chance to use that card is because Cynthia, even though I do think Cynthia is a follower, I'm always going to think that she's never going to change my mind at this point. I've been watching her long enough to form my own opinion that Cynthia is a follower. Cynthia does not have her own mind. Cynthia cannot think for herself. If somebody tell her to jump, she'll say hi. If somebody tells Cynthia to bounce up and down on her neck upside down, she will do it. So, the fact that Cynthia told on you and told the timeline from y'all going to Toronto that you pre-planned this and you was planning on using this to your advantage all the way before the Toronto trip happened, that you already had this in your mind and you already had this in your back pocket, ready to shoot the gun at any time Tanya came for you. I don't know how I feel about you no more, Kenya, after that. Like, you really pre-planned that woman. What if this one would have been plumb and like, I understand that you've seen in your eyes, and I agree with you. If somebody come for you, you can't tell them how, well, they basically can't tell you how to attack back. But please tell me what did Tanya do to you so bad that you want to go out seeking information about her, going to find the person that allegedly had an affair with her man, bring her on this show, have all the women there have half of the women there in the sit down with Tanya face to face with this woman saying that she slept with that woman man. Like, you can't get no more embarrassing and low down than that, Kenya. I'm sorry. I cannot excuse you for this one. I cannot. Because that was the ultimate betrayal. And in my eyes, after hearing how you pre-planned this and all this, I think this was your karma coming back to bite you in your behind. And unfortunately for you, it spilled out on this show with Mark and all the stuff he did to you, calling you Ken, embarrassing you in front of the women. So I really think this was your karma. And you probably do deserve this. After hearing how you willing to go get an outsider, somebody nobody knows, bring this woman on your show, have this woman come on your show, film trying to break another woman down in her relationship. Just cause they not married, they have a relationship. You had no right to bring that woman on this show to try to embarrass that woman. So that either tell me one or two things. That wig must have been yours. She must have really peed you off so bad that you had to strike and go hit her with this whole cookie lady storyline. I'm glad to hear, even though I'm not a fan of Eva, I'm glad to see that scene with the cookie lady, that all y'all came to Tanya defense and did not let that woman sit there and try to make a fool out of Tanya. I'm glad to hear that Eva said what y'all saw was not true. I'm glad to hear that either somebody, anybody was there defending Tanya, helped Tanya get up, swooped her up from that situation and get her on. Now, if y'all was real, y'all wouldn't let that woman sit down. Y'all would have checked Kenya in front of that woman and told Kenya she was dead wrong for that. Cause what if that was somebody else? Now, let's say for instance that let's say this was Portia, and Kenya wanting to go after the ultimate, to hurt Portia the wrong way. Now, what if this would have been Portia, and she run this lady, and Portia would have attacked Kenya? Would Portia would have been wrong for jumping across that table, attacking Kenya and that woman that said she slept with Dennis? Like, Kenya, your shade be on point every season. Nobody taking away your shade that you throw. You throw the perfect shade at the perfect right time. You can get a person together. It's just a part of you that you don't know. You don't know what your strength is, and your strength sometimes is you go out to hurt somebody in the worst way possible. There's ways of shading somebody, getting somebody back for when they did for you, or waiting till the good moment to get them back. But sometimes, Kenya, I don't think you know your strength, and this time you kind of took it overboard. So I am kind of with Nene saying that this is your karma, because you did deserve that. Because after you did Tanya the way you did Tanya, and then you at the reunion making excuses and all this, then you talking over her, oh, I'm bored, oh, this is stale tea, oh, this is that, oh, this is this, can we move on? Like, you were supposed to sit there and take it at that point, because that was dead wrong. We not going to talk about the business thing, because she sat there and played around and had an excuse for everything for that situation. So we're not going to talk about that, because she didn't really say much there. Once Tanya came out there and told her, once Cynthia started up and said that she already had this pre-planned before the Toronto trip, and that's why Tanya came out with the wig. So now it makes sense of why Tanya came out at the spot with that wig. Thank God the follower Cynthia was there to alert the woman, because when she shot that shot talking about, so would you want to know if your man cheating on you, she was aiming for Tanya. Like I said in my video, she was aiming for Tanya. Everybody else, Candy, Portia, thought it was them, but nah, she was coming for Tanya. And then once Cynthia told her after that sit down that Kenya was coming for you. And I don't know what you gonna do now, but she was coming for you at that table. This is part of the time where I am grateful and I am happy that Cynthia was the only woman that stood up and stand up and said, look, I don't know what you did to Kenya. Kenya is coming from you. Remember at that table at that final sit down in Toronto? That was her shooting a gun at you. Now what you gonna do with it? And she shot her shot. Now thinking about that, Kenya, that weird thing didn't hurt you that bad. I mean, this is not gonna be the first or the last time somebody gonna question you whether that's your real hair or that a wig you got on. I'm glad you cleared it up at the reunion saying, I wear wigs sometimes to protect my edges and my 24 inches. I don't know how much sense that make, but okay. But I'm glad you cleared that up. But that weird thing really hurt you that bad to bring the cookie lady on this show? Because I don't know nobody that's going to bring somebody on the show just to try to embarrass somebody. Like, she's just a friend to the show. She ain't even much getting paid for her visits on the show. Why would you try to break somebody down that could potentially turn a cast member and do her like that? Now, see, if that was anybody else, you would have been ready to fight and everything else under the sun. Kenya, you got to learn your strength, and that was going overboard. You a big old giant, the small Tanya, and you just stepped on her, crushed her, and smushed her around with your foot like she was a lit cigarette butt. And that was kind of low of you for you to do that. What else I want to talk about before I go? Nene and Kenya, Nene and Candy, that was hilarious. Like, you deserved all that and more, Nene, because you called Candy boring. Why everybody getting spin-offs? You talked about her on your YouTube channel. Talk about how come all the other girls getting spin-offs and ain't nobody else getting spin-offs. And I'm glad Candy checked you. She was already checking you when the show first came back from the part 1, but she ultimate checked you this time around, and you couldn't take it. That's why you closed that computer screen again. We ain't gonna talk about Nene and Greg, the FaceTime thing. That all fall back under Kenya versus Nene. And I kind of said what I want to say about them enough. And Nene always closing the camera. Like, Nene didn't make no sense at this point. All I got to say, Nene, at this point, you didn't close your computer screen. Well, then close the lid on your computer screen. I advise you to go ahead and hang it on up. Cause once Yvonne come out there, cause she didn't like the way she was edited on this show. And if I was her, I wouldn't either. And if I was her, everything involving that Snakegate storyline, I'm gonna run with it. I'm gonna put it all out there on the table, whether you like it or not. I don't care at this point, cause they did kind of, attack Yvonne for a good cause. That was supposed to be your friend. She got the worst part of that. The only thing you got out of that was trying to fight Kenya. That's right, all you got out of that. So Yvonne did take all the heat for that storyline, and I'm pretty sure she don't appreciate it. So she finna expose you. So if I was you, I'll go ahead and end that call now before she come out there and expose you and make you look like the even bigger fraud you are, Nene. And Cynthia, just keep your eyes open when it comes to your good friend Nene. Y'all done been back and forth all the time. It's hard to keep up at this point. I want to say one more part before I go, and I just thought about it and I just lost it. It involves Nene. The girl name, I forgot what it was. Oh my god. I can't think of it. I ain't write it down. Oh, well, I'll talk about the next part, because that's where it went out, that part I wanted to talk about anyway. So I don't see it in my notes somewhere, so I'm finna go ahead and end it, though. But anyways, though, y'all, that was basically it, all I wanted to talk about. So don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll see y'all later. Enjoy the rest of y'all morning. Bye.